Listen, I didn't want to make another video regarding the whole TikTok situation, especially because the app's probably going to be gone in 9 days, which I hope it isn't, but honestly, I'm at this point, I'm expecting it. Truthfully, that's just my opinion. But I just wanted to make a video, not because I wanted to say save TikTok or anything like that. I've already made a post with a bunch of my tweets that I posted regarding my thoughts on that. Honestly, I've kind of just made peace with it. I'm expecting it. I really hope it doesn't happen, but we'll see. It is what it is. But one thing that I wanted to make this video on is the one thing that I think will never sit right with me throughout all of this. And this goes beyond TikTok, really. But it's the lack of empathy that I'm seeing with people, especially online. And I'm not talking really about just cyberbullying or anything in that sense. What I find to be a little bit more concerning, really, is just the lack of empathy that I'm seeing, especially this week, in regards to what many people are saying, whether it's on TikTok or even the whole LA fire situation that's going down. I'm talking about the fact that people either are losing their homes, and I'm seeing people online who are looking at these houses and are saying, oh, they're worth something million right here. These people are totally fine, or oh, they're just actors. I'm not in the position really to go through every detail or anything in that sense. I will admit that I've done my fair share of research, but honestly, I am just filming this. Like, I just vented out to someone and I decided, you know what, might as well make a video and post it. But truthfully, I do not completely understand this whole ordeal about how people are just so casual about it. Obviously, I'm speaking to a portion of people online that are acting like this. I am seeing a grand amount of people who are caring for TikTok or are caring about these LA fires or are caring for any type of emergency event that's going on around the world. And that honestly is the positive about it. I am very grateful that we still have people who are doing something about it. But what I just wanted to make this video on is just how it's a very naive and honestly sick type of mentality that I'm seeing, which I do not like at all. And I'm talking about the fact that people can lose their homes and we'll just brush it off because, oh, you know, they're actors, or even if they're not actors, look at how much these houses are worth. They obviously are fine. Now, we're talking about people who lost their houses, their lives, their schools, whatever. You know, let alone the house price. We're talking about items that were in the house, or even that we do not know the story of every single person that suffered. And I think that's the important thing to know. We do not know their story. Perfect comment that I ended up seeing on a post, I think it was on TikTok actually, was somebody who said, these aren't the rich that were eaten. And honestly, I would agree. I'm not going to delve too much into my thoughts regarding CEOs or anything in that sense about life or death. But what I will say about CEOs is, yeah, it's disgusting. It's very disgusting how health insurance companies will go out of their way to really just screw people over, to really mess people over, just ruin lives. You know, we've had many stories on here, online, everywhere about people having their own experiences where they suffered due to health insurance and nobody did anything. Like, it's just, oh, we're just going to leave it like that. And I'm glad that there was at least some discussion that was happening about it last month. And now with the fires, I'm glad that there's still people now that are still acknowledging it because of how bad insurance has been. That is truly a vile and disgusting thing that definitely needs something to happen, because that is terrible. But when it comes to people losing their homes, or even if an actor loses their homes, yes, I'm aware, like many people, that there is corruption. There's corruption in Hollywood, there's corruption in any type of business out there, okay? And I'm not just saying, oh, well, there's corruption, let's just like, no, we should do something about it. But this is not the way. You don't look at someone losing their home and just go, oh, let's just brush it off. And again, these two are two completely separate things. I'm just talking about TikTok because this is leaving in 9 days as well. When it comes to TikTok, what I find really just kind of disgusting as well are people who are just brushing it off as, oh, finally the dumb brain rot app can go. Or, oh, you know, like, it's time for these people to get a real job. Luckily, I have a job, so I can feel at least safe that that's not going to affect me. Not to mention, as far as TikTok, or as far as a creator, I'm aiming to grow and build, but I am aware that I do not have the audience to really be up there. But really, as somebody who has a job, last year I spent around half the year, I believe, not half, well, yeah, basically a good portion of the entire year finding a job. I have family members and friends who I know that are struggling also to find jobs. It is not that easy to get a job. And to have 170 million Americans suddenly be stripped away from the app and are forced to find a job is going to be very difficult, especially when some of these Americans that lost their businesses due to this whole thing that's been going on. It's not an easy thing. It's not really gonna be that easy to just find a job or anything in that sense. This has been a complete mess, and I would say, and especially because people are just brushing it off, is what I find the most disgusting out of everything. This is not gonna be a positive act, and if anything, I have a feeling that's not just gonna affect many Americans, but many people overall. And if you're one of the people that thinks, oh, because TikTok's gonna be gone, you're suddenly gonna be improving in life, newsflash, you still have Instagram Reels, Twitter, YouTube Shorts, Facebook videos, whatever it is, social media will always be there. Therefore, this being gone is not actually gonna suddenly better well your life. Of anything, it's just gonna make things a whole lot worse, whether it's on content or whether it's overall in life. This is an app that has helped people find a community, share a voice, hear the news, find recipes, contact and connect with one another. People who have had their voices shunned have a voice here. And whether that's good or bad, honestly, I would say for the most part it's been positive. For my experience when it comes to TikTok, the content that I'm seeing has been positive. When I go on Instagram, I'm seeing reels that are either not that interesting or you feel like it's a waste, or they come from TikTok. The only difference is you go to the comments and I guarantee you're going to see an N-word, or you're going to see a slur, or you're going to see anything on that app as well. You go on Twitter or X and it's a complete cesspool of negativity. People will just be shunning and putting each other down there. You go on Facebook, and I'm not going to lie, I do not use Facebook that much to really put my voice in there, but I'm assuming similar to Instagram because they're both by Facebook. YouTube Shorts, they're all right, I guess. I mean, like, I like YouTube, but I would say when it comes to the whole reel discussion about like reels or videos, in that department, it's obviously not that good. And it feels like the Internet Explorer, I would say, of shorts and everything in that sense. But yeah, I just feel like it's a complete lack of connection. And going back to the whole actors thing with LA as well, actors do not make enough money to have that type of comment regards about them losing their jobs. Again, we do not know the story of all these people. Some of these could be not even actors. They could just be people who are working hard for a house that they finally got just to have it thrown away, just removed from them. And as for TikTok, we do not know the voices of every single person. Obviously, I'm aware that there are many bad apples. There are bad influencers, bad actors, and I'm not going to say my opinion as to whether or not they deserve what's going on. But what I will say is that they're not going to be affected from any of this. Millionaires out there who already have their money, who are already successful, aren't going to be impacted by this. The TikTokers that are complete influencers right now have Instagram, they have YouTube, they have all these other apps. If they want to get your attention, they'll still find a way. And as a creator myself, I will still find a way to still post, to still grow. I'm not really worried that much about myself. I am very hurt that my content will suddenly be stripped away, that all this work, even if it's been for not that much time, is suddenly going to be gone. But I'm mainly annoyed and I'm mainly frustrated, not just of the fact that the content that I've watched, that I've grown to love, suddenly be removed from me, but of the impact that this is having on many people out there. Now, whether it's just free speech, having your First Amendment violated, or just suddenly being affected by it, there's also the problem of many people who are suddenly going to lose access to an app that has been very important and crucial for their lives. Whether it's, like I said, the news, feeling like you're not alone and having at least some safe space, or a business that you need to stay successful and be able to make a living on. It's not just, oh, you're making a video, let's brush off and just move along. Some of these are videos, are advertisements, are content, well, not even just content, they're necessities that will bring a connection to an actual business that you have. It's not an easy just, oh, let's brush it off and move along thing. And I am frustrated of the fact that we have many people who are so naive to think that that's it, that it doesn't matter, that after that, we are just going to leave it at that. When TikTok leaves on January 19th, it'll still likely be a normal day. The app's still going to be on your phone, but it'll gradually be decreasing and no longer functioning properly. But beyond that, honestly, and I'll be fine, like I said, but it'll never sit right with me just how dense people can be when it comes to this. How someone can really just look at the app and say, oh, this had the brain rot vocabulary, I didn't like it. Also, a lot of slop came from this app, so yeah. I'm not denying that some slop did come from TikTok, okay? Obviously, this app has had an impact. It's been here for many years. I remember when it was called Musical.ly back when I was in middle school, and I remember having that phase where I didn't even like TikTok up until the pandemic. Then eventually I started getting into TikTok a bit more, but I didn't even really get into it up until, I think, freshman year of college. It's been an app that has slowly grown on me, and I've grown to really love and appreciate it. And it'll never sit right with me just how entirely awful this whole ordeal has been set. And I'm not adding any of my opinions in regards to how this whole ban has progressed, any of my opinions as to why we're at the point that we are, because many people have already stated that. Many people have already stated just how much of a situation this whole thing has been. But I'm talking about my frustrations with the people, not the people that are fighting for their voices, not for the people that just honestly don't care. It is what it is. But I'm talking about the people who really are just not that informed. The people who are just glad. They're glad that people are losing their homes because, oh, that makes it fair, I guess. You know, they're rich. They deserve it. I'm mad at the people who are successfully happy that TikTok is going to be removed. Just kind of like, oh, okay, the bad app's gone. I'm talking about the people who really don't want equality, who don't want change in a positive factor, but would rather have everybody go down to their level. That's who I'm mad about. And yeah, okay, I just wanted to make a video, I guess, in regards to that, because I'm very heated when it comes to that. It is not something that I am very happy about. And I'll be posting. That's right, I still have like one more New Year's type of video, which will hopefully come out alongside another video afterwards. Otherwise, that's gonna age a little awkwardly. But with that being said, I just want to give out my thoughts on that. It's been a very frustrating type of week, I would say. But Happy New Year's as well, I guess, since this is, I guess, my first actual video talking here, even though I have the other one, which is a New Year's video. But thank you so much for watching. Have a sunny day, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.